One of my favorite missionary heroes is John Paton. And John Paton was a missionary to New Hebrides, which are a series of islands near New Guinea. And when John Paton was planning to go to New Hebrides, everyone warned him against it because the people there were cannibals, and the people warning him just said, "It's too dangerous, you'll be killed." And John Paton made that statement that Rick shared a few weeks ago in the message, basically saying, I am invincible, I'm indestructible until God declares it otherwise. John Paton actually was in New Hebrides for quite a long time. He lost his wife there, and as well as an infant child. And yet he persevered in the work. He had many brushes with death, where arrows would be coming at him, and just before they reached him, they would drop to the ground. Many miraculous interventions of God in his life. And he went on to translate the Bible into the language of the people group that he was ministering to. And as he was translating the Bible, of course, this took place after a number of years, and he had developed some relationships, and some of the people had become believers. He would go around and kind of touch different things and have them explain the meaning to him. But then he got to some of the harder concepts of Scripture. It's like one thing to say, what's the name for this? It is a thing. It's another thing to say, how do you say trust? And so that was something that he was really struggling with. And obviously trust is a big concept in the Bible. And so as John Paton was trying to come up with a way to get the people who are helping him to interpret, as he was trying to get them to come up with a way to come up with that concept of trust, he hit on an idea. And so he said, what does it mean when I go like this, when I'm kind of like leaning against this stool? And they gave him a word for it. And then he said, what does it mean when I'm like this? And he got all the way up on the stool. And the word they gave him, if you literally translated it, it meant to put your whole weight upon. Before, my feet were on the ground and I was just leaning on the stool. Now I'm sitting on it completely. And if it falls apart, I'm going to wind up on the ground, and that part's not going to be in the video. But John Paton took that word, those series of words that meant to put your whole weight upon, and he used that to translate the word trust. And so think about that as you look at the Bible and as you're reading verses about trust. One of my favorite is, trust in him at all times, O people. Pour out your heart before him. God is a refuge for us. That's from Psalm 62, verse 8. But when you read the word trust in the Bible, keep in mind that picture of, I can put my whole weight, the whole weight of me, of my life, of the burdens that I'm carrying, I can put my whole weight on God. And I never have to worry that he's going to fall apart and I'm going to wind up on the ground. So we can trust God, as the scripture tells us, because he is able to carry our whole weight. And that's a wonderful truth from the life of John Paton.